Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV here right on Clemhawks. And before we get started, just want to thank everyone for all the amazing support lately. And if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button and like, as we do mostly NHL and MLB on this channel with a little bit of NASCAR. But let's get into it. One top end free agent remains available still, and his name's Nazem Kadri. He's been through the adversity of the whole Toronto situation. He came to Colorado, said I wanted to win. He scored that nice goal against Tampa, and he finally won the Stanley Cup. He has grown as a player since his days in Toronto, and arguably he is a really good player. He's a perfect first or second line center, depending on the team, that he'd slide in nicely on any team. So we look at teams around the league, and there's been rumors that, Florida was interested, Calgary's interested, all those teams, but the dark horse has emerged in all of this, and that is the New York Islanders. They do right now have the cap space to make a deal for Nazem Kadri work. Only problem is they got to sign a couple RFAs. Bellows needs to be re-signed here. They only have 4 defensemen re-signed because Noah Dobson needs to be re-signed, and so does Romanov with that. So you got 3 guys there that's probably going to take up at least max $6 million out of that cap space. Well, now you're stuck with $5.18 million. That's not going to be enough to sign Nazem Kadri. Now this comes the money part of things, is if you're the New York Islanders, it's been rumored that they're shopping Josh Bailey. Now, if you were the New York Islanders, would you shop Josh Bailey to get that return for Nazem Kadri? I'd do it. Kadri has proven he can play. The other thing you got to look at too is next year Matthew Barzal needs a new contract. There's no way he's getting less than $9 million a year. There's just no way. The way the market for players is in the last few years, he's getting $9 million no matter what. Now, you trade Josh Bailey, that brings you back up to $10 million. That's probably what Nazem Kadri's looking for realistically, is in the $8 to $11 million window. Maybe with longer term, he might sign for a bit less. I know a lot of players do that, is give me an extra year, I'll take a chunk off my salary off as I'm still making it in that final year. They can do that. But that's the only way I could see this happening, because a team like the Islanders, they're not trading away Andres Lee. Brock, he has a no trade clause. Brock Nelson has a modified no trade clause. Maybe you can move him, but he is younger than Josh Bailey. Parizeau has a modified no trade clause. He's younger, making the same as Josh Bailey. You got Kyle Palmieri, who's younger, making the same amount by a year. And then you got Bolivier, that's 25. He's not going anywhere. Casey Cizikas. Yeah, you got Cal Cutterbuck, but he's only making $1.75 million. So the odd man out in this situation for the New York Islanders is Josh Bailey. And there are teams that are lower in the salary cap that would love to have a player and leadership like Josh Bailey on their team for their young guys. Maybe Buffalo is a team that would try and trade for Josh Bailey. The only problem is teams don't want to take that $5 million cap hit on without sending a player back. All of a sudden, if you really want Nazem Kadri, for a team to take that contract, you're going to have to do like the Oilers did with Arizona and Zach Kassian. Yes, the Oilers still got a first-round pick back. They swapped first-round picks. They had to send a second and a third for Arizona to take on a 3.7, I believe his contract was. Well, now you're talking 5 million. If you want a team to take that salary cap on, you're going to have to pay a second, maybe a first or 2 seconds to take $5 million in salary cap. And don't get me wrong, a team like Arizona with their young players would be great for a Josh Bailey trade to help improve that team. Or you look at maybe the Detroit Red Wings adding another veteran player. You know, Ottawa's pretty much done with getting forwards. So you look at all these teams, you're going to have to pay a premium to get Josh Bailey's contract off your hands if you're not willing to take on another contract. Even if that other contract's 2.5, you don't have enough to sign your RFAs and Nazem Kadri to a contract. You have literally, if you trade Josh Bailey right now, you got 16 million. You can't pay Kadri more than 9.5. That's being generous with the other free agents. And Romanoff might want $4 million a year. He's a solid defenseman. So now more money you pay in Romanoff and Dobson, less money you could pay for Kadri. So in order to get that whole contract out of there, you're going to have to pay a premium of second-round picks or a second and a third, as the Islanders don't have anyone else's draft picks in the next 3 years. They have a conditional one that they traded July 17th. It won't load. Oh, July 17th, it was to Arizona. So they might not even have a third-round pick this year. Now we're talking who else will take Josh Bailey. It is possible. NHL is a business. It is possible to do this. But as of right now, the dark horse team to land Nazem Kadri over the likes of him going back to Colorado, Calgary, Florida, Pittsburgh's been in that talks a little bit, I've seen, is the Islanders, because they have to keep up with all these teams that are doing stuff at deadlines. They have to keep up with the teams that are out there every single offseason signing players, making their team better. But that's just me rambling on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, we are grateful here on Clem Hawks to have you guys tuning in and your support. Love all the comments. Let me know in the comments, what would you do if you were the Islanders, if you could get a player like Nazem Kadri. I hope you guys have a safe day, and anyone in southern Alberta, stay safe out there. Heard it was pretty nasty weather. I'll catch you guys on the next one.